Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, then today I'm going to be looking at the monthly readings for November for the star sign of Scorpio. And what I do with the monthly reads is then what I do is I pre-shuffle the cards and meditate on them, so that allows me then to put my little bit of added poetry at the end of the readings. The cards I'll be using, I will drop the descriptions in the link below of what cards I'll be using in this reading today. So without further ado then, my lovely Scorps, I'm just going to move this out of the way and then I'll just start with the reading of what I had and felt for you going into the month of November. So the first card I had come out was the card of well-being. Okay, so the message for you guys was more or less to be focusing about yourself as you go into November, and that came out with the cleaning house and the strength card. Okay, so I did feel for my Scorpios going into the month of November, it was more about cleaning your own heart and soul out, really, just cleaning out things that haven't been serving you in the last couple of months, just tying up loose ends on a lot of things. Scorps, as you go into November, there's a lot of loose ends that need tying up, whether that's on family matters, or whether it's financial matters. Get my teeth in right, guys. Financial matters. But I just feel like some of my Scorpios feel a lot has been piling on them in the last few months. You just feel like the walls are coming in on you. You can't breathe. Okay, so it's about the message going into November for Scorpio is about your own well-being. Okay, you need to get your own house in order. That's what I want to say, your own house in order, because I do feel some of my Scorpios that I'm connecting with when I was doing this meditation, or with the cards and everything at the start, prior to reading these cards for you, it was just they try and balance too much. They try and do too many things, and I've said this before in my previous readings. It's the nature of a Scorpio. Nothing's too big. Nothing's too big for a Scorpio to take on. Nothing's too much of a challenge to help, where Scorpios will try and help other people. But as we come into a close of 2019, then it's about the Scorpion energy for themselves in having basically a winter spring clean, guys. But this is to do with your own inner self. It's about addressing things, clearing out things, whether that's people in general, having a declutter of your friends, basically. And again, it can just be a physical decluttering, throwing things out of your house, getting rid of things, broken things even, because I even pick up with some Scorpios here who've got things that they've repaired about 3 or 4 times, because they've got this attachment to them. But I do feel it's coming to a head now where you can only repair things so much, and it's got to go. So I do feel a massive decluttering on all aspects here. Okay, so I just want to carry on with the other cards, because what I try and do is a collective read from the cards I have, and also a romantic element as well. I try and cover all bases where I can. So we had the Ace of Water come out with the 7 of Earth. So what I was feeling as well, okay, with some of my Scorpios, on the romantic side of it, I felt that yes, there does need to be a decluttering there on some relationships that have come to an end, and it's just finally, getting that realisation that that it's time for that relationship to end, time to finish and start something new. But I also felt I had this, and it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I had some Scorpios out there who'd lost their confidence in relationships. It was like, if you can imagine going out with a group of friends, okay, and you're all there having a good time and mixing with people and you know, having a laugh and that. And I had a Scorpio sitting there in a collective of friends who were having, you know, they were sort of observing, and they were sort of sitting there thinking, I don't feel good enough, I don't feel attractive enough, I don't feel like anybody wants to have a relationship with me, you know. And this is the vibe I got when I was reading these cards. Like I say, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I just had this imagery of either a, you know, whether it's male or female, sitting in out and about with their friends who were, you know, on the dance floor having a laugh, flirting with the guys and the girls, and then I'd got this Scorpio who was sort of like sitting in the shadows, you know, in the alcove, grabbing hold of their drink, not wanting to mix and dance, not feeling confident enough in their body image, not feeling confident enough in the way they felt they were dressed or the way their hair was. Just feeling, you know, like the odd bod, really, feeling the odd bod. And this is what I was feeling when I was reading these cards, for somebody there who needed to realise with the Ace of Water that, you know, beauty is within, okay? Sometimes, you know, we're with people who are absolutely stunning, you know, they wear the right clothes, they've got the makeup on, or, you know, or you know, you look at your friends and you think, oh, and this is what I was feeling. There was some Scorpios there like feeling, why can't I be like them? Why can't I have, you know, perfect skin like them? Why is my hair not as good as theirs? Why can't I dress as good as them? Why can't I get the attention of men or women like they do, you know? And it's this, like, it was this self-sabotage of your own self, okay? Because when I pulled out the vision and the oath card, okay, this to me was saying, this was this Scorpio that I'd got, this is their vision, this was their own image of themselves. They'd made this up themselves, as when they looked in the mirror, this was what they could see, okay? They were sort of self-sabotaging their own looks, their own way of dressing. They were just pulling themselves apart, basically. But it's saying here with the oath card, this is when you have to look in. You know, beauty is skin deep, okay? And this is what I was picking up with this card here. And this is the message that I desperately want to try and get through to any of my Scorpios out there who have seen themselves or felt like this when they've been out and about with friends. You know, it doesn't matter how they try and make themselves look their best. To them, when they look in the mirror and when they're around with their friends, they don't feel, you know, good looking. They don't feel their clothes are right. They just don't feel like they're fitting, okay? And this is what I was picking up on the romantic side of things. I just had some Scorpios struggling with their self-image, okay? And it was like with this card here, they were just like, it's like they were looking at, you know, it's like looking at their friends, their collective, whoever they were with. It could be even in a work sense, you know, somebody sitting at work and thinking, why can't I be like them? And you're missing the point. Because when you look at this person here, okay, their clothes, you know, they've got like the gold threads running through here, and it's what you emanate. You can't see, Scorps, what you're actually as a person emanating. So yeah, you may look towards these other people and think, why can't I be like them? Why do they get all the girls? Why do they get all the boys and here's me? But it's your own interpretation, it's your own perception, okay? Because when they're looking at you, this is what they're seeing. They're seeing somebody who is confident, they are seeing somebody who is dressed well, they are seeing somebody, you know, who is good looking, who has got a great personality. So this is a message, guys, for some Scorpios going into November about the well-being. It's about realising your own true essences, realising what you have got, okay? And So this on the romantic side, this is what I was picking up on the romantic side of some of my Scorpios, of this not feeling good enough and not realising with the Ace of Water that you're holding everything. You know, you're one complete package, and you are beautiful, okay? You are beautiful in your own right. And it's just about getting your confidence back and seeing this and having the strength to realise, you know, you don't realise, Scorps, how beautiful you are. That's what I want to say, how beautiful you are. And that shines out from you, and your friends see that, and your work colleagues see that, yet you can't. So this was a vibe I was picking up really for the month of November, about why the well-being card came out for you guys. But as the collective, I felt it was about the spring cleaning, the winter spring clean, the decluttering, because I felt on a collective side there's a lot of things around Scorpios at the minute that you don't need, that aren't serving you, and it's, you know, literally time to declutter. And it could be also, I was picking up with some of my Scorpios, literally about moving, okay? Actually, I felt downsizing on some. I felt downsizing, you know, got to a stage of you didn't need the house that you were, it was like a family home, and obviously people had, you know, sons and daughters or whatever had moved on, and you were in this big house. And I do feel some of my Scorpios were looking to put the house up for sale, okay? So I could have some people in November who are putting their property up for sale to downsize, okay? And that's why the cleaning house card came out for you, to say that, you know, you have literally got to pack up and move, okay? And it was like a new direction then for the collective then. If this was resonating with anybody, it's going forward to the next phase of your life, okay? Just moving forward, and that's what I felt there with these cards. So like I say, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but the last card that came out with these cards, guys, was the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So basically it was about embracing, the moment I embrace my peace, okay? That's being at peace with yourself. As I said, with the romantic side, with these people I was picking up with, you know, I'm not good enough, I don't feel like I'm beautiful, I don't feel I'm worthy, I don't feel I'm attractive to anybody, okay? Until you embrace yourself and be at peace with yourself and be aware that beauty is honest and deep, you have got qualities, your personality shines, okay? The people that you're with don't see the same as you are feeling, okay? So until you embrace that, or if you can embrace that, then you'll get the peace within you, and it'll calm your, you know, your own well-being. It's because the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, so it's like surrendering your own negative thoughts, okay? The outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So it's saying, you know, the universe can only work with a positive mindset. And this is what I was feeling with the romantic side. You've got to get rid of this negativity, you've got to get rid of this trace of negativity thought. And then with the collective, okay, it's about the universe is working because you're embracing the fact that you know there needs to be change within your life scopes. Whether that's, as I said, you know, you need to move, you're moving house, to know that that is the way forward, because you know don't need to be in that house now where you can actually downsize, okay? So it's about surrendering to the things we don't need, surrendering to the things that don't serve us anymore. And by doing all this, we are caring for our own well-being, okay? We're caring for our own environment that we're living in. We're caring for our own environment that we're working in. So it could be to do with, you know, as I said, cleaning out things, sorting out things. It could be to do with your job. Doesn't mean to say it's just to do with house moving. It could be, you know, finding the true vision, okay? Trying looking at yourself in the mirror and having that true vision and swearing to yourself, like swearing allegiance to yourself. I am going to do what I want to do, you know. I need to look after my own well-being. So it's about looking at the whole area here as a snapshot of what needs to be decluttered out of your life, what needs to be sold on, what needs to be turfed out, okay? But mainly the main focus on this reading was these collectives of Scorpios that had lost their own belief in them as a person. They'd lost their own self-worth, feeling that, you know, when they look in the mirror, they aren't good enough, they don't feel they fit in. But it's all about embracing this and realising it's only in your own head. It's only in your own perception, okay? Because everybody else, as I said, sees you totally different, okay? You know, this is you, okay? This is you. To them, you shine, okay? But you can't see this, because this is where the dark side of Scorpio comes in. Even though you're all this person, okay, around others, this is you in your darkness. And it's like you're fighting your own feelings to get your own self-worth, you know, to surface. And it's just saying the month of November is to address this, Scorps, okay? This is what you need to be addressing. So what I'm going to do now is I had a new deck of cards this month, well, in October it was, and they were the Sacred Spirit cards by Anna Stark. I absolutely love these cards because of the actual artwork on them. And I did do a talk-through guide on the cards, guys, and it is worth looking at, because it was more about this illustrator, Louis Dyer, being such a young lad of 24, and he's suffered with addictions, he's suffered with depression, okay, and what he's inspired in the short term of his life and what he's gone through. It's just amazing, and I was just so drawn to these cards. And then I did some research on him, and then that was why I had to buy the cards, because it was just amazing, really. And it was just you know, a recognition to him of what he's done and how he's progressed in his own life. And that's why I purchased the cards. But Anna Stark, I can't knock her either, because the way she interprets the cards in the handbook, her, or, you know, being the author, and the writings that she writes for each card, it's amazing as well. They work together really good as a duo. So, but yeah, so I'm just going to shuffle these then, Scorps, just to see what we get pulled out for you. I'll have a quick look. So yeah, that's all about well-being for you going into November then. And I'm going to take that one there for you, my lovely Scorpios. And we have Between Worlds, New Directions, okay? Now this here, straight away, for the people who are on about having their image, you know, when they look in the mirror and they see the total negative to what other people see, it's coming out of your shell, okay? Because this is the protective Scorpio, you know, hiding in their shell when they're with, you know, with people, and not. I'm not saying Scorpios don't come out of their shell, because there is Scorpios, once they feel comfortable, okay, with the idea, once they feel comfortable with people, they will come out of their shell, okay? But on this one, it's about addressing here, addressing your true essence, okay? See how bright the colour is around this turtle here, and this is what you can't see, Scorps. For these Scorps here, who are, you know, with their friends out and about, you know, and they sit there up the corner hiding their light, but then your friends see you. They see you as a bright star, a bright person, and it's saying you've got to start to embrace this, Scorps, okay? Between Worlds, New Directions, okay? The New Directions is what I feel with the collective is about the, you know, like the people who are moving house, you know, downsizing. It's a new direction for you to go into, and it's just the energy here. I'll just feel the whole energy of this card, okay? And it's about movement, okay? About movement, and with the decluttering and everything else, it's just about getting your energy balance right now. So this was why the well-being card was drawn out for you guys for November, Scorps. It's just about the getting your energy vibe on its right track, and by doing that, it's doing the decluttering in your life on all areas, whatever that may be, whether that's, you know, as I said, decluttering and physically moving, decluttering and getting on, you know, getting rid of an old relationship, moving out of a job that you're not happy in. You know, it's all about serving you, what makes you happy, so that you can, you know, be encompassed in this bright energy, the right vibrations for the new directions into your life. So that's what I felt there when I was doing this reading for you this month, guys. So that's those cards done for you. What I'm going to do now is I've brought my ribbons back into the mix this month for you. If you haven't seen these before on my previous readings, I've just got a bag full of different coloured ribbons in here. So I'm just going to have a delve about, guys, and see what we pick up out of here for the ribbons. Okay. Oh, wow. So this is, okay, a black ribbon. Okay. So this ribbon pulls out perfect, okay, for the people who don't believe in themselves, who put themselves in this dark, you know, like if you go to a nightclub or something and you're with your friends and they're all there under the spotlight dancing away, and then you get that person who's sitting up an alcove in the dark, okay, don't want the spotlight on them, don't want to be seen, you know, because they don't feel like they're wearing the right clothes, they feel ugly, they feel fat, they don't feel like, you know, they're attracting anybody, and they're wondering what the hell are they doing there. And this is the blackness, okay, this is the blackness that those people, okay, put on themselves. So that's why that ribbon's come out there for the persons that I was picking up with, you know, having no confidence, thinking that they're ugly, etc., etc. And it's saying, you know, this is what you need to break out from, because if you look at the side of this ribbon, there's like little loops, okay, little tiny loops on the side, okay. So this here, to me, as I pull my fingers down the edges of this ribbon, it's just to say, you know, this is what you've got to break away from. Okay, so because the thread's breaking away from this ribbon here all the way down, and therefore it's just saying you need to break away from this self-sabotage, you need to break away from this darkness, okay, because there isn't a darkness there, guys. You see it, okay, but your friends see this beautiful, bright energy around you, okay, and it's to stop, you know, stopping your own light from shining. And this is what you do, okay, this is what you do. As the collective, okay, the ribbon here for you is just basically saying, because it's the breaking away here, again with the loops in here. And it can also mean as well, it might be a little added message here to say that some of my Scorpios, with the house moves, there could be a loophole in some of the paperwork, okay? There might be something, it's just saying to be careful here of the paperwork, okay? This is the message that I'm getting now that's been downloaded to me as I'm holding this. It's something to say, check the paperwork before you actually sign for the move, because there might be a kind of snippet of information here that's escaped your attention, okay? So it's just paying attention to the details. This is what I want to feel, and that's what I'm feeling as I hold this card for the collective side, especially with the house moves. It's just to say, pay attention to the legality side, something to do with a loophole here, okay? So make sure before you sign on the dotted line that everything is above board. Now what I want to do now is I'm bringing my charms into it as well. Thought I'd have the ribbons and the charms in on this monthly read for you guys, so you're getting it all this month. Got a little bag of charms here. I'm just going to put my hand in and we'll have a little swirl around and see what comes out with the charms. And we have here, it's a sunflower, okay? But I always look at this as the sun itself, okay? And it's about growing as well. It's about personal growth, that's what I want to say. It's about personal growth, And being the sunflower as well, it's to do with, because it's personal growth with the romantic side element, with these people who don't believe in themselves. That, as I said, you know, the self-sabotage, they look in the mirror, and as I said, you need to grow now as a person, okay? You need to believe in yourself, okay? You need to plant that seed, because on a sunflower, when the actual flower dies, you're left with the seeds, and that's like regeneration, you know, like rejuvenation. Okay, so the seeds that flower leaves when it dies, they get planted back into the ground and new life forms from them. Okay, so it's about change as well, and this is what I picked up, you know, I pick up with why this charm's come out for you. You need to change that. You need to plant that seed, guys, in your head, Scorpio, that you are a beautiful person inside and out. Okay, if somebody doesn't like you, it's not your problem. They can just go, you know, that's not your problem. If they don't like you, you know, they can jump on the bus and pee off, basically, okay, in a nice way. So yeah, never think that you have to jump to somebody's tune, okay? Never think you need to change, okay? Plant the seed there that you are beautiful inside and out. Have the confidence to grow, okay? That's why that charm's come out for you. On the collective side, the sunflower here, again, is just about change. It's just about rejuvenation, because as I said, the seeds in a sunflower head, where, you know, you can replant those seeds, and it's about spirit, it's about growth, really. It's about spiritual growth for the collective, as in your own well-being, okay? It's having that, getting rid of what no longer serves you, so that you've got room for new things to grow. Okay, so that's why I feel the charm's been pulled out for the collective there, for the main message for my lovely Scorpios. So my lovelies, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read you my poetic words that I had this month for you. And the poem for you that I had come out from me was: time to stand in front of the mirror and realise how beautiful you are. Beauty is only skin deep, a deep wound, an open scar that seems to never heal from how you see yourself. You are such a spiritual person with such a wealth of knowledge. You have a heart of gold, but time to start loving yourself. Don't leave yourself out in the cold. And as I said, this whole reading really, I was more drawn to these people that don't believe in themselves, who do put themselves in the cold, who do put themselves in this black, you know, hiding their light, don't feel that they are good enough. They're not good enough to be loved. They are not good enough to be around certain friends, etc. So yeah, I hope, my lovelies, you can take something away from this reading today. And remember, as I always say, if I'm not speaking directly to the Scorpio, then I could be speaking to a cross-watcher, I could be speaking to a family member who has a Scorpio within their family, or somebody who's got the Scorpio element within their astrological houses, etc. So yeah, I wish you a lovely November, Scorps, and I'll look forward to reading to you next time. Take care then, bye.